We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show, part 2 from yesterday.
Yeah.
We are going to make a wild green smoothie, and we've got experts here. Maybe you can intro all this, Russ.
All right, cool. What we're going to do is, I met this gal a few days ago. There's always a reason for everything, and she is just an incredible wealth of information on herbal stuff, all this stuff. And what she's been showing me and Matt and everybody here is he's got all this stuff growing wild in his front yard. So what we're going to do is go through and pick all the wild stuff, and she's going to help us with this, explain to you what it is, what's going to... She just introduced me to this plant that when Trace and I tasted it, it just tastes like lemon and lime. It's an explosion of flavors in your mouth. I've never eaten a green plant like that at all, ever, with that taste.
Which is wood sorrel, which we could go over there later, but I don't think that would go with this drink.
Okay.
All right, so let's bend down here, and we're actually not sure what the name of this is, but I am going to take a picture and get back to that. But to cut this, we're going to treat it just like lettuce. So when you're harvesting lettuce, you never want to cut all the leaves off so that it will keep growing back. Mostly you want to cut the outer leaves. And the earlier you cut it, the less bitter it would taste. And this tastes very mild. This tastes like a smooth, mild spinach flavor.
Yes, it does.
It's absolutely incredible. Not bitter like this amaranth, which is another, green amaranth is another wild edible, very high in calcium and vitamin C. And these seeds, once they start going to seed and dry out, you can use as flour. Amaranth flour is sold in the health food stores. You'd mix like half and half. So we're going to just cut a bunch of these leaves, and this is growing so proliferant in just this hard-packed soil.
That's so awesome. Green smoothie, like, that's what they're so good for. It's like fruit. It's going to make these bitter greens taste good. So what were you saying about the hard-packed soil?
Well, look, these wild edibles are actually way more nutritious than anything cultivated. And when they cultivated vegetables, they bred out a lot of the nutrition. Just to make it easier to eat. Maybe they weren't as bitter or less hardy. These are some pretty thick leaves, but they're still very smooth and easy to eat. And this hard-packed soil here, see? I mean, you're probably not watering this, and this stuff is growing and so dark green, which shows how much chlorophyll is in there, which is the whole point of a green smoothie. So yeah, so we're just cutting these, but you don't want to ever cut the whole plant or pull it out by the roots. If you want to keep it coming back, you just cut most of the outer leaves. And as it starts growing to seed, like this one, see, you would want to, if you want to keep the plant around, then cut that stalk off the top, like basil. You know, you cut the top off to keep it not going to seed as long as possible.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But there's another thing I want to just tell you about your garden. See how the beans are kind of getting eaten there?
Yeah.
One thing, are you using anything organically to help that?
Not yet. We're pretty much just using that as nitrogen fixing. We're not really planning on eating it.
Oh, you should definitely eat those beans. But BT would be the one for chewers like that. Or if those are snails, which they might be, you put the little tin of beer, stale beer, in a like shallow cup so that it's deep enough where they can't get out and they drown in it. And that would be an organic thing you could do. But if you didn't plant them all in a row like that, it makes kind of a salad buffet for whatever's feeding on it to just go down the whole row instead of mixing different plants like companion planting.
Okay.
But you do like every other one or every, you know, spread them. Don't put the same monoculture, in other words.
Right.
Is that because the insects aren't necessarily attracted to the same nutrients or texture?
Yeah, like one thing will like the beans, and you know, won't like some other plant next to the beans that you have. Mixing them up is, we did square foot gardening. That's a really great book.
Yeah.
And you can plant a lot more in a smaller space, and you switch things around and you do the companion planting, and you don't get one insect feeding just down a whole row and actually multiplying, because now they're just eating and eating and eating and eating.
Go for it.
Okay, so this is wood sorrel. It's a different kind. They come in different sizes, and you've got some smaller ones over there. But when you pick them, I would say just pinch off the stem so that the roots are still there, because this grows wild. Again, this is just your dirt in between your garden, and it's really high in vitamin C, really lemony, very tangy, and the stem is even more tangy than the leaves themselves. So we're going to add some of this, I guess.
Dave, did you try that?
I did try it. It has a lemon lime flavor to me, but I have eaten everything green I have eaten that I've tried on the Plant Life. I've never tasted anything like this. I think it's because it's so high in the vitamin C that she's talking about. I didn't know that green leafy plants could have that much vitamin C.
Well, you should try pine needles. They are 5 times higher in lemon than a lemon.
Really,
lemon
pine
itself.
needles, and I live up in the pine tree forest.
The whole
so.
pine tree itself is edible, every
What?
part of it, yes. Except for Australian pines, which are not a real pine tree. But
Wow.
Well, when
the
Matt,
needles,
Vibrant.
Isn't it?
take
Vibrant.
green needles from
And
a
the
pine
stem.
tree and just chew on them.
Matt, guess what you and I are doing when you come hang with me up in Washington State? Pine
What?
needles, dude.
All right, dude. Okay, go ahead.
Hey guys, what we're going to do here is she's going to cut some purslane for us. We're going to put it in here with the rest of this for the green smoothie. And I just told Matt, I mean, it's just so incredible to me, the abundance of the edible plant life. And this is all in his front yard, literally. I mean, we're 30 feet from the house, for God's sakes. And this is all wild. This is just growing here. It's incredible.
All right, so purslane, again, is very high in vitamin C. There seems to be a common theme with that. And this comes in thicker, different, whatever you call that, thicknesses. And this one actually isn't that thick. So this is something you could just mix into salads, or you can juice it if you were going to juice it. But
I've heard that purslane has the most omega fatty acid content versus any other green on the...
that one I haven't heard personally, but I'm not saying that's not true. It's definitely known for high vitamin C. And it's just these leaves, really, which some of these insects.
Yeah, it absolutely has a very high content of omega fatty acids for a green. It's unbelievable.
Omega fatty acids. And then there's some better ones.
Awesome. So we're going to finish
These are
picking
grape
these up,
leaves,
and
too.
we're going to go make a green smoothie out of all this fun stuff. I'm excited.
You can make salads out of this stuff too. The texture of this.
Yeah, that one is a salad.
It's actually a
one for
little
sure.
bit thicker than spinach, but it's very, very good.
Okay, so we got the wild greens, the fruit.
Yeah.
What do we do with it?
We have put it in a blender. What we have in here is mango and banana from Ecuador, and then all the wild vegetation that's been growing wild in Matt's front yard. This is all just dark green leafy stuff, just plant stuff. It's incredible, and it's all thrown in this blender. We're going to mix it up and have a dark green smoothie, wild crafted smoothie, picked less than 30 feet from Matt's front yard. Look out!
This is like 70% greens.
Yep,
Tracy.
yep. It is insane. Yeah.
Okay, here
I
we
think I just
go.
put my hand in front of it. Here we go.
I'm a little nervous because it's like really bitter greens in there.
It is bitter greens, and I put a lot of them in.
You did?
I did. I put a lot of greens. I stuffed them down in there. We had to take some of them out, folks.
Are you ready to try this, dude?
I am. I say you first, so I see what the gag reaction is. We'll do it together. We'll do it together.
Okay. Here. Can you film us real quick?
Yeah. What do I do? Just hold it?
Yep.
Thank you, Maria.
Okay, we're gonna
do this together. Here we go, folks.
Yum.
Actually, it is good.
That is good.
It is really good. The banana and the mango take all the bitterness out. I don't taste any bitterness.
I was a little bit nervous.
Me too.
I kept a few of these guys out because I wasn't sure what was gonna happen.
Right.
Now I'm kind of like, oh well.
Yeah, actually, that particular plant is really good. It's a tougher texture than spinach when you're chewing it. I ate a bunch of it out there when everybody else laughed, man. It was like good. Just picking it straight off and just eating it. Really good stuff. This is delicious,
Cheers.
Matt. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah,
my
who
brother.
do we got here?
Oh, look out. Look
raw
out.
food truck
The
driver.
raw food truck driver. Dave, the raw food truck driver.
And we got Matt Monarch. And we'll see you again tomorrow at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.